receptors. Then the receptors bust open. You get some extra brain damage when the brain swells because of the brain infection. But so that's a little added goodie, just a good old-fashioned, you know, what their mercury does to the small children. So they get that added goodie for them control freak enjoyment. But the main attack is it literally eating your neurons, and they're calmly going, we're going to inject you, and you're not going to get angry, upset anymore. You're not going to be able to resist us. Oh. But I want to commend Rob Dew. He's still in there. He's uploading it to YouTube right now, finishing the compression. It'll be up in the next hour. We will then post in this article that Watson has written and that he's going to be beefing and adding to, because I just called Watson an hour ago because I'd had the oversight of, if I'm going to sit here and the video's not ready and an article's not ready promoting the search term brain-eating vaccines, we've got to have something for the media to link to when it's the #1 search term. So we've got the article now. If you missed any of the video or want to see it in its entirety without us stopping for breaks, it'll be up in the next hour. The next hour at the Alex Jones YouTube channel and archived up at prisonplanet.tv. prisonplanet.tv, as we're streaming live with a radio show, the video right now. Now, I've got all this other news, and it's all important. But at the end of the day, the scientific dictatorship ruling and controlling our society with their diabolical full-spectrum dominance, dehumanization, mass extermination program, now admitted. They're now coming out to the servile, already drugged with fluoride and other chemicals, and the public is all going, well, you're going to drug me? Okay, thank you, government. They're like, that's right, you're not a conspiracy theorist. First conspiracy theorists said we were drugging the water. They were crazy. Now we admit we are and are going to forcibly inject you as well with viruses that attack your brain, made out of cancer viruses and also herpes virus. That's mainstream news. And you're a conspiracy theorist if you don't want the injection that changes your attitude. You're going to feel a lot better. And imagine, they already forcibly inoculate people when they get arrested. They'll check your shot records and say, oh, you haven't had these shots. Here's a TB shot. Here's a hepatitis shot. Now, as you get arrested, you know, for not having the proper driver's license or not having insurance or whatever the case is, or not wearing a seatbelt, they now arrest you. And look, it's a simple injection. And now they have police taking blood under federal grants for a DNA database. They claim it's drunk driver checkpoints, but it's actually admitted that it's really for Pentagon DNA databases. So they're medicalizing the police now, where they're like, look, Mr. Jones, we've arrested you at this protest. And this injection's going to calm you down. All that anger, all that strength, all that Americana's gone, pal. You're now going to submit to us. It's freedom! Don't be a conspiracy theorist. And then I'll be on the air the next week. Well, the New World Order's wrong and what's happening's wrong, but I won't be able to make the emotional decision and the emotional high ground or moral high ground to even be able to. I mean, can you imagine the body snatchers, soul-stealing level, and these little bastards just sit there calmly going, we're going to inject you, we're going to put more chemicals in the water to make you happy. And like the wonderful world we're building, it's normal. Why do you have a problem? They come out, we're going to put implantable microchips in you to track you. Yeah, we're listening to all your phones. Yeah, we're tracking everything you do. Yeah, we're going to secretly arrest you and torture you. Yeah, we're going to inject all the troops with all this new nanotech and change their brains. But we're going to make them less fearful and more aggressive. See, it's like a hive mind, like we're specialized ants or bees. That's what these social engineer collectivists. And then they'll get all the life extension technologies and all the real advancing systems that are tested on us, and then we'll get poisoned and killed. But we'll be neutralized where we can't even get angry to say no to it. I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm just completely blown away. I just know we've got to stand up and fight against these people. And I know this article at prisonplanet.com is so key. And it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 paragraph article with a bunch of hyperlinks, because we did this very quickly, just linking to all the mainstream government documents and news. But we're going to add the video there for everybody, and we can do it. Now, every video I've been launching, it's about 200,000 views in a day and a half. It goes to the front page of YouTube to be the head of the news and politics section, and then they remove it and put videos with 5,000, 10,000 views on top of it and remove it off the front page so you can't watch it. But still, then it gets another 100, 200,000 views and then peters out. I want tens of millions of views. And even though they'll censor it off the front page, because once it pops up, they'll remove it. Because it's all automated. They have to see it and go remove it. They don't totally remove the video. They remove it off the front page where everybody can see it. Though it deserves that spot, it's supposedly whatever's most popular goes there, but it's like the elections. It's rigged. It's controlling society. So you just keep sending it out. Keep getting it out to everyone. Keep educating people. Never stop while we've still got the web. Karachi riots leave 45 dead after MP assassinated. This is the London Guardian. Gunmen swarm Pakistan city streets seeking revenge after political Raza Haider killed in gangland-style hit. I'm so wound up I can't even news read right now. It is a normal response to get upset and angry. That's your motivation system. That's a normal survival instinct. You corner a coyote, it's going to start growling and lashing out and attacking. 5,000 years ago, you're some Central Asian tribe, another tribe comes over the hill to kill the men and take the women and children. You're going to get fired up. You're going to be strong. You're going to have strength like you never had, and you're going to fight for your life. They want to remove that. And a lot of you got to ask yourselves, drinking aspartame, eating MSG, drinking fluoridated water, taking Prozac, why you can't get angry, why you can't recognize danger, why you can't stand up against it. Well, I happen to have a stack of news here on that subject. Shrimp becoming hooked on Prozac that is flushed into the sea. And it says they now swim right up to fish and birds and turtles and are being eaten and killed, whereas before they would hide and were more intelligent. See? They don't recognize the threat of bankers robbing them or insurance companies stealing dead troops' money when it's mainstream news or government-run health care or all the government tyranny. You can't recognize it because sodium fluoride has the same effect as Prozac. Shrimp becoming hooked on Prozac. That's the male. Here's Ceylon. Shrimp on Prozac are killing themselves. A study shows that drug traces on our wastewater can affect marine behavior. Here's another one. For shrimp, Prozac is an invitation to danger. And that's what these vaccines they're announcing for the troops are, and for the citizens. You won't be upset. You won't be nervous anymore. You won't be able to feel passion. And we've also sent it out on the Twitter account using the CIA Twitter system, twitter.com/Real Alex Jones. And the #1 Twitter up there is Google search term brain-eating vaccines. Okay. I promised to get into other news, and we're going to do that now. Things are really heating up in Pakistan with the tribal warfare. 45 dead after a member of parliament assassinated. Incredible news from Fox News. We first reported this about 2 weeks ago, but now it's in the mainstream news. NASA talked about how the upper atmosphere collapsed to the greatest level ever recorded in the last 100 years because the sun had really cooled off and had become partially dormant. Now it's supercharged, racing back. And the sun's surface erupted early Sunday morning, blasting tons of plasma into interplanetary space directly towards Earth. Earth is bracing for a cosmic tsunami Tuesday night. Well, there may even be Van Allen radiation belt type disruptions as it supercharges it. And it may blow out satellites, you name it, but we'll see what happens here. They had this stuff in the mid-1900s and 1800s where it would blow out all the telegraph machines and things. And the telegraph wires would start glowing, and then the telegraph boxes would just explode. So much radiation was blasting through that atmosphere from the sun. Your SUV has nothing to do with that. And they're reporting that we may even have an Aurora Borealis. We might even, in some areas of the world, not in the North or the South Poles, where the electromagnetic fields come into the poles. You may actually see those in other areas geographically around the world tonight. If you got clear skies this evening, you might want to be outside to watch that atmosphere heat up as that sun shoots right across the top of it. It's hardcore. It continues. The eruption is directed right at us and is expected to get here early in the day of August 4th. It's August 3rd today, so after midnight, said Leon Bulb of the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics. It's the first major Earth-directed eruption in quite some time. Look for satellites to get blown. The solar eruption called coronal mass ejection, Coriolis, was spotted by NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory, which captures high-definition views of the sun at a variety of wavelengths. The SDO was launched in February and peers deep into the layers of the sun, investigating the mysteries of its inner workings. Boy, this is going to heat the Earth up. All the science I've seen. And the global warming people will hop up and down. It's the SUVs.